This is Hawaii News Now Sunrise.
Welcome back, everybody. The manhunt continues for a man suspected of shooting two Minnesota lawmakers early Saturday morning. The lawmakers were targeted at their homes, and one was killed along with her husband. Bradley Blackburn has the latest on what authorities believed to be a politically motivated attack.
The FBI and Minnesota authorities are searching for this man, 57-year-old Vance Luther Belter. They say this security camera image was captured just a few hours after he allegedly shot two state lawmakers.
Do not approach him. You should consider him armed and dangerous.
Investigators say during the shootings he wore a mask and posed as a police officer, going to the homes of Minnesota House Leader Melissa Hortman and State Senator John Hoffman, both Democrats. Hortman and her husband were killed with multiple gunshot wounds, and Hoffman and his wife were seriously injured.
My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark, were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination.
Belter is known to Minnesota politics. He was appointed twice to the governor's Workforce Development Commission, most recently by Governor Tim Walz. At the White House, President Trump condemned the shootings.
Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And they're looking for that particular man right now.
Early Saturday, police officers encountered the suspect outside the Hortman home when they say he opened fire and got away on foot. Investigators towed a vehicle they believe he used disguised with police lights and markings. They say inside they found no Kings flyers and a list of 50 potential targets, including abortion rights advocates, abortion facilities, and other officials outside Minnesota. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And back here at home, U.S. Representative Jill Takuda talked about the attack against the Minnesota lawmakers while attending Honolulu's No Kings rally. Takuda says the point of Saturday's rally was to stand up against violence and promote peace.
The message we have to be sending out to this country is violence is never the answer. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree. We can be on different political parties. Violence should never, ever be part of the equation, and that has to be the message and the actions that we take out to the streets.
Takuda says after the attacks, congressional leadership briefed her and other lawmakers about safety measures, including for their own homes.